What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode. This is episode number 33, and we're starting to do some stuff on the back of our 3-0 win at home to Getafe, back on track in La Liga on the back of what was back-to-back loss against Atletico and Real Madrid. So back to matters in the Europa League, and I've got to stop saying the word back here, as we take on Marseille, staying at the Estadio La Rosaleda and heading into match day 5, the penultimate game of the group stage. Well, Marseille 100% record to start the group off, as we expected. They would be the front runners in this group with 4 wins from 4, but we knew heading into this game here, win this one against the French side and we will guarantee qualification with a game to go, and only a win would still give us a chance of finishing top of the group, though of course we need to win on the final group game as well. So heading into the game here, knowing qualification was on the line, yeah, it's safe to say that I pretty much went ham in the first half. We scored our opening 2 goals through Traore and also Sofiane El Karouani as well. And Marseille in this game, we lost the group opener at the Velodrome. But to be fair, if you remember that game, like I thought we played really well in that game. We were really unlucky to lose it. We had that ridiculous goal we conceded through Kepa, the congratulations you played yourself moment where I sort of dummied the ball for his leg twice and surrendered a really cheap goal. But to be fair, I thought I played quite well in the game. We were unlucky to lose by 3 goals to 2. So I felt we had the better of Marseille if we just tighter defensively in this game. And we definitely were. We were much tighter defensively. And there's this old saying, right? Like, there's this old saying, defense wins championships, or defense wins title. And some people accredit this saying to Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't know if the great Sir Alex Ferguson ever actually said it. I'm not sure that's verified. But whoever did say it, I think is totally right. Like, I do believe that defense does win championships, it does win titles, and goals win games, but defense win the silverware. Heading into that game there, you know, knowing a win would guarantee qualification with a game to spare, well, we won by 3 goals to 0. If you remember at the Velodrome, we scored twice, yet still lost the game, and that's because our defence was weak, whereas in that game we were tight defensively. And to be fair, Marseille did have a couple of late chances there, Kepa ensuring he would get the clean sheet in a 3-0 victory. But to me, like, I really do believe that strong defence is the marker of a championship calibre sort of team. Now, I really don't want to rub salt in the wounds to my Gunners fans. I'm absolutely gutted for you. I would have loved to have seen Arsenal in the Premier League this year. It would have been an amazing, amazing achievement, which no one could have predicted at the start of the season. But unfortunately, as we know, it does look as though now it's going to be Manchester City's title. Though, of course, there is still a chance that Arsenal could win it at the time of recording this commentary, at least. But Arsenal this season have had a really poor defensive record at the Emirates this year, and when you look at the recent form book where they have been slipping up a little bit and why they have been dropping those points, well, really you need to look at the defence and what's been their major problem, you know, in the recent form book, in the recent weeks. So if you look at the loss to Brighton, okay, they didn't score, but they also shipped 3 goals at the Emirates in that draw against Southampton, you know, in what was at the time a top versus bottom clash. That should have been a banker. Well, they scored 3 goals and still didn't win. Why is that? Because they shipped 3. Against Liverpool, they scored 2 at Anfield, and they drew 2-2. Against West Ham, they scored 2, but they also drew 2-2. And the reason why they slipped up in all of those games there, well, clearly, other than the Brighton game, of course, that's the exception to the rule. Other than the Brighton game, the reason they didn't win, well, not because they weren't scoring, but because they weren't keeping teams out. They weren't keeping clean sheets. They weren't solid defensively. And so to me, I really do believe that in order for a team to win trophies, to win titles, to be champions, you have to have a solid backline. You have to have a competent goalkeeper. That's not to say that Arsenal don't. What I'm trying to say is that if you're not the best, then you probably won't win the title. In fact, if you look at the last 5 or 6 Premier League seasons, the only exception to the rule I can remember is the season when Liverpool had like 97 points and they still didn't win the title, because that was just how good Man City were. I think that's the only season I can remember in recent history. Oh, and yes, of course, Leicester's 2016 season as well, when a team with the best defensive record didn't end up winning the championship as well. That's the only season I can remember in recent years, at the very least. That Liverpool 2019 season. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the season when Liverpool had the ridiculous amount of points, still didn't win the title because of just how good Man City were. But yeah, that to me is why that saying has always kind of stuck in my mind ever since I was a kid. You know, defense wins championships. If you have the strongest defense in the league, you have the best defensive record, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to end up winning the championship. So that right now is why, heading into today's episode here, I knew that if I could tighten up defensively, I'd get my form back on track, because recently I've been poor, really poor. We lost to Atletico, we lost to Real Madrid, we lost that group opener against Marseille, we shipped 3 goals, one of those was ridiculous. I knew if I could tighten up defensively, I'd get my form sorted. Well, starting today's episode off here, 3 straight wins, really good ones as well against Marseille, Vallecano away in Madrid as well, and heading into this game here, match day 4, match day 6, in the Europa League group stage, taking on Hajduk Split. Well, once again, we knew that keep tight defensively and we'd at least get a point. Qualification's already in the bag. We needed 3 to top the group. But I still picked Kepa between the sticks because I knew that we needed to make sure that we keep a clean sheet in order to win. I felt that. I really did. I felt that we needed to win and win through defense, building from the back basically. So heading into the game, picked a rotated side apart from Kepa between the sticks, and we had an absolutely perfect start. 13 minutes in, leading by 2 away in Croatia. Once again, only a win would see us top the group, and we had to win, and if we did win, then Marseille had to match our result. In the Europa League, in the group, of course, as we know, it goes head-to-head before it goes goal difference in the point separator, and because our 2 results against Marseille, we won 1 and we lost 1 against them both. But the scorelines told the story. At the Velodrome, we lost 3-2. But the Estadio La Rosaleda, we won 3-0. So that means if we were tied on points, we would finish above Marseille because of the head-to-head record. And even though both teams, us and Marseille, scored the same amount of goals in the wins, we were the only team that got a clean sheet in those 2 games. So once again, I'm going to say it, defense wins championships, and at this point, defense could secure top spot in the group. So taking on Hajduk Split here, even though defense is my priority, I scored 4 goals in the first half, including a Rabona goal for Roberto. I don't know what happened in this game, I really don't. Like, it was all about defense, or it was supposed to be. But in the end, I just kind of went ham on the offensive end as well. Lorenz Zuniga would bag a hat-trick in this game. We were leading by 5 an hour into the game. And it really was crazy. I had a backup side out there, but I just absolutely dominated. And how we drew against the Croatians on match day 2, I have absolutely no idea, because in their backyard, I mean, I literally just got out a deck chair and said, this is my yard now, because we literally just dominated. And with 4 minutes to go, Gonzalez finds Roberto, who gets a 6th goal, and it's my biggest win so far as Malaga manager, with a backup side, and Kepa in goal to be fair as well. But even so, final score 6-0 Malaga, and we would get yet another clean sheet as well. So yep, another clean sheet for Kepa between the 6. Now 5 in a row in all competitions for my number 1, and that win there, coupled with Marseille only managing to get a point against Legia Warsaw at home in match day 6, means we jump over them, we leapfrog them, and we go into top spot on the final group game. And once again, you would have seen it right there. Admittedly, we did score 2 more goals than Marseille in the 6 games. They scored 13, we scored 15, but the crucial part was the fact that defense is what saw us through. We leapfrogged them. To be fair, our goal difference was better because of that big 6-0 win anyway, but mainly, obviously it separates through head-to-head first. Mainly, the main reason we topped them in the end is because of our defense. The fact that we kept that clean sheet in the reverse fixture against them, and then in the first game against them we conceded 2. It's the defence that saw us leapfrog them and top that group. So final game of this episode, travelling to Seville, taking on Real Betis away from home here. Aim to keep our really good run of form going here and make it 6 wins in a row in all competitions and 6 clean sheets in a row in all competitions. Taking on Betis, perfect start. Adama Traore once again looking to win to be the top scorer of our team and hopefully win the Golden Boot for us this year. Makes it 1-0, and in 33 minutes in. Oh, this was such a nice goal, man. Fran Villalba, who's been a really important player for the start of the season off here, really since the save began. That was so nice. Going through, little ball roll around the current defender, and I love those finishes that are just like, they're going in slow motion. They're just like these cool, calm, composed rolls into the bottom corner, like that one there was there, as it kissed the post as well. And there were 2 minutes to go as Orgain wins the ball back for us. I love the Algerian, man. He's so good. We roll through Traore, who once again bags a brace, rounds the goalkeeper and pops it into the open goal. Final score in Seville, Betis 0, Malaga 3. It is 6 straight wins for Malaga. And also, as well, 6 straight clean sheets for Kepa in all competitions as well. Fantastic run of form for Malaga. Best of the season so far. And it's why, after a little bit of a struggling patch, we tightened up defensively, we got our form sorted, and we're back into second place. We're still 7 points behind Barcelona, who lead the way, but we jump over Atletico. We now take a 5-point gap on them, and crucially as well, we now go 9 points clear of Espanyol in 5th, as we're 2 games away from the halfway stage. Title race, not too sure about that. But top 4, if we keep our defence this tight, there's no reason why we can't qualify for the CL. But that wins this episode of the RTG Career, guys. Big fan of watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you for the next episode of the RTG Career Mode very soon.